That hurt. Do it again.
That was good. Make sure you don't make your legs go straight down. Yeah. I hit my butt on the bottom.
That's what I said. I knew Daddy was gonna hit his butt on the bottom. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Kaua'i travel vlog. We had so much fun on this trip, but there were some things that I either forgot to mention when we were recapping our days, and some footage that didn't get to air, quote unquote, in our previous YouTube videos. And also I just wanted to share some helpful tips for anyone that is traveling, whether you're a kama'aina or a visitor. There are some things that are really good to know. So number one, at the Hanalei Pier, it can be really shallow. So you might be seeing the locals like jumping off and having fun, but you should always test to see just how deep the water is before you jump in. You don't want to injure yourself. Another thing to take note of is that there are many beaches on Kaua'i that do not have lifeguards. So if you are going to a beach that does not have a lifeguard, even more so, heed Ocean Safety's motto, which is when in doubt, don't go out. So if it looks dangerous, it probably is. In fact, you should probably keep in mind that, and this came from the head of Ocean Safety, or he's the former head of Ocean Safety, Jim Howe, who taught me this little lesson, that a wave in Hawaii is twice as powerful as a wave in California, and 4 times as powerful as that same sized wave in Florida. And it has to do with the fact that we do not have a continental shelf. So especially if you're a visitor and you see waves out there and you're thinking, oh, I can handle that. I've been in waves of this size before. Keep in mind that the waves in Hawaii are just so much more powerful than they are anywhere else where they have a continental shelf. Another thing to keep in mind is if you are going to be crossing a river or a stream or near a river or a stream for whatever reason, please check the weather. So flash flooding is a thing in Hawaii, and you could be way down below where it's beautiful and sunny, but if it's raining up on the mountain, you could still see a flash flood down below. So just be aware of nature's warning signs. If you hear something that sounds like a freight train making its way down that river, then do not cross. Also, keep in mind that if you put your body into this body of water, this river or this stream, that we have a lot of animals that like to put their feces into the river or the stream, and unfortunately that can lead to a disease that we call leptospirosis. So if you have any open cuts or wounds, this disease can easily get into those cuts, and basically you need to be on the lookout for flu-like symptoms. Another thing to be aware of is to park legally. So there are actually certain beaches that you can no longer really access. You need to either get a permit or you have to get shuttled in. And also, if you are just driving along, make sure you are not in a residential area or otherwise burdening that area with where you are parking. Definitely one thing you want to do is to support local. So we loved going to Dolphin Poke, I think it was called, right there in Hanalei, and we would order the fresh poke from them and then go to the pier and drink our Kaua'i juice, kombucha, and our poke. And we're wearing locally designed bikinis, we're using locally designed towels. So frequenting local shops, local restaurants, local food establishments helps the community. And last, on our way back to the airport, we definitely came across traffic. So be aware that there is basically just one road. Just make sure that you're not on the road at a time when local residents would be commuting to and from work. So try not to burden the people that live and are a part of the Kaua'i community. If you can leave a few hours early and spend the day in Lihue and then head to the airport, then at least you're not on the road when everyone else is on the road, because you would be in traffic too. So this helps the local community. It also helps you, and you're sure that you're not going to miss your flight because you're right near the airport. So that would be my advice. So those were just a few tips that I thought might be helpful for someone who is traveling to Kaua'i, in order to be respectful to the local community and also to keep you and your ohana or your family safe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Ahui ho!